This is the end of Mitch McConnell.
Frankly, something very bizarre is happening with perhaps the Senate's number one rhino, Republican in name only, Senator Mitch McConnell. Ladies and gentlemen, this news is going viral this morning. Take a look. McConnell is hospitalized nearly 3 weeks after cardiac.
So like, I mean, that's unfortunate. It's always bad when like something like this happens to people, like I think, but it's like, there is a lot of weird mystery around the whole thing. There's a lot of mystery, a lot of just intrigue behind it. It was like what happened with his wife.
Arrest sparking a series of questions. The 84-year-old Senate leader's office shared a brief update on July 2nd, saying he continues to improve and work with staff on Kentucky and Senate state matters during the recess. No photos or statements from McConnell have surfaced, prompting online demands for proof of life. We don't even know if he's alive right now. He's been in the hospital for 3 weeks.
What the hell?
And concerns over access to his classified briefings on defense and rules committees. He's sitting on some pretty serious committees in the Senate. Kentucky's 2024 law requires a special election for any vacancy, fueling unverified speculation about his condition and potential impacts on the safe Republican seat before his term ends in January of 2027. Now, we have a series of reports to read through here. We're going to break it all down from every single
angle. Not what I meant.
Left, right, center. Let's dive into all of this. First one here, breaking. Disturbing new allegations are accusing Republicans,
there we go,
really rhinos, of hiding Mitch McConnell's health status in order to prevent a special election that could put Trump's enemy, Thomas Massie, in the Senate. Now, I've got to say real quick before we continue going through the reports here, that seems incredibly unlikely that Thomas Massie is a part of this at all. Real quick, if Mitch McConnell were to, God forbid, pass away while in office, serving in the Senate, and if Kentucky were to hold a special election, whoever they elected in the special election to replace McConnell, his replacement would only end up being in the Senate until January of 2027, which is when Mitch McConnell's term was set to come to an end.
Yeah.
Also worth noting, Mitch McConnell was not planning on...
I have kicks. Oh, thank you. Let me go look.
...campaigning for another term. He was actually going to resign. Now, I think we can see why he was planning on resigning. Pretty obvious reasons. He's having some health issues, but whoever would, in this theory, replace him would only be there for 4 months. And then they would have like an actual real election is what they would do. That's how it works in Kentucky. Let's keep reading here. Independent journalist Desiree Townsend laid out the disturbing case with clarity. Senator Mitch McConnell has now been hospitalized for 3 weeks. The gravity of this situation cannot be overstated, especially given that his wife, Elaine Chao, appeared in China just days after.
So like, hold on, you're telling me that this guy, his wife, like he gets sick in the hospital and his wife is like, let me go to China. That's the first thing that, oh God.
For his hospitalization to meet with various high-ranking Chinese officials. Huh?
What? Wait, it's not even just to go to, okay. I thought it was to go to China, like just to visit China, but it was to hold on. This was specifically to meet with Chinese officials? That's what we should do. It's time. It's time, guys. It's time.
The question now is about national security. If Senator McConnell has been unable to independently perform his duties, what safeguards exist to ensure classified intelligence briefings, defense appropriations information, or other sensitive congressional matters could not be accessed, discussed, or shared by individuals operating behind the scenes? And given the timing of his wife Chao's meeting with China's vice president of the CCP, what exactly were they discussing? Oh my good Lord.
How does this keep happening?
These are important questions that we need answers for. Mitch McConnell has not been seen in public for over 3 weeks, nor have we had any update on his health after he suffered a cardiac arrest. It's a heart attack. He was then given CPR and then hospitalized. He had a heart attack.
Dude, this is like government official don't not dating a Chinese spy challenge impossible. Am I right, guys? Fucking challenge impossible.
3 weeks ago. He was resuscitated, taken to the hospital. No one has seen or heard from him for 3 weeks. We don't even know if he's alive. That's a little bit of a problem. Curiously, his wife, his dearly beloved wife, Elaine Chao, who is not a government official, suddenly flew to China just 3 days after his heart attack, meaning that the person with power of attorney over his affairs is now out of the country, meaning there is nobody to declare him brain dead if he is indeed in a coma or otherwise mentally incapacitated or unfit to do his job, which it was unclear that he was capable of even doing before. Is she hiding in China to keep him alive as a vegetable? In Kentucky, a special election to replace a senator will not be called if it's closer than 3 months till the next election, and that date is August 3rd. So they would have to keep McConnell's status under wraps for another 4 weeks in order to prevent a special election, if that is the angle here. If a special election was called, Trump's vocal critic Thomas Massie could certainly run and likely win. I'm not sure about that. Who knows? Which would be a huge headache for Trump. If he didn't win, he would split the vote, allowing a Democrat like Charles Booker to fill the seat. Once again, I'll say, I looked into this morning. If there is a special election, whoever won in the special election would only serve until January of 2027. There would also be a real legitimate election. There would be some sort of temporary senator from Kentucky, whether it be Thomas Massie or anybody else. Either way, this is absolutely unexceptable. Mitch McConnell is the chair of...
You know what's sad, though, on the topic of Massie? I kind of liked a lot of his, like, when he did, like, those, like, takedowns of, like, Second Amendment people, like, the anti-Second Amendment people. Like, those were cool. Like, I really liked Massie for when he did those things, but... Yeah.
A very important Senate Rules Committee. Okay, folks, we have another video report here giving some bonus context to all of this. This situation is absolutely insane. Break it down here.
Desiree Townsend here again outside of George Washington University Hospital as we mark week 3 of the hospitalization of Senator Mitch McConnell following the June 14th medical emergency. As you can see behind me, the Capitol Hill police vehicles, these black vehicles, are still parked outside the hospital here, an indication that he is likely also still here. So after I first released the dispatch audio indicating that he was found unconscious and was given CPR for cardiac arrest, this story finally gained national attention. However, I don't think many Americans fully appreciate the seriousness of what may be at stake following Senator McConnell's medical emergency 3 weeks ago, or how Congress's lack of a constitutional mechanism to remove members for incapacity could have broader implications for the nation's governance.
Wait, so hold on. So you're telling me this dude has been, like, incapacitated for 3 weeks. People don't know what's going on with him, and they have literally nothing they can do about it? That can't be right. Is it real, Chad? There's no way that's right.
And most importantly, national security. This incredibly odd story also involves Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who stated to Politico that he had spoken with McConnell the day after his hospitalization and that he, quote, sounded good, end
Typical
quote.
Government? Yeah, I know.
Do you believe that for a second, that John Thune spoke to McConnell one day after the heart attack and that he sounded good? He's been in the hospital for 3 weeks now. Once again, we don't even know if he's alive. I'm sorry, baloney.
Now, this statement threw off the press for nearly 2 weeks, placating the public until I released the EMS dispatch audio showing the seriousness of this medical emergency. Now, given that Senator McConnell is still here in the hospital 3 weeks later, and as far as I know, he has not spoken with any other members of Congress, now puts this initial remark by Leader Thune into question. And look, he could have just been attempting to give Senator McConnell his privacy, but the better response could have been, I have not heard anything, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And this story gets even odder after I reported a couple days ago of a press release documenting that McConnell's wife, Elaine Chao, met with the vice president of China 3 days after his hospitalization. And to be clear, the issue is not merely that...
But, like, hold on. What reason could she possibly have for that? You know, like, what's her excuse for that? Like, your husband is in the hospital and you're like, the first thing you're like, oh, let me go to China. Not just to visit China, but let me go talk to some CCP officials. Like, what the fuck?
Elaine Chao went to China. The issue is she is a private citizen. She is she holds no official government position. She's married to a sitting U.S. senator who reportedly had a major medical emergency, and now she's meeting with one of China's highest ranking official 3 days later, all while the American public and possibly senior U.S. government officials in the Trump administration, as well as members of Congress, lacked clear information about his condition.
Okay, I gotta say real quick, maybe I'm the best husband in the world. Maybe I'm the best spouse in the world, but if my wife, God forbid, ever had a heart attack, cardiac arrest, she's resuscitated, CPR, she's taken to the hospital, she's in the hospital still. You know what I'm not doing? I'm not going to China to meet with the vice president of the CCP. No, I'm sitting in the hospital at my wife's hospital bed, holding her hand, making sure that she's well taken care of.
Yeah,
I'm not leaving the country going to China or anything else. I'm sorry. What the hell is going on here?
That's what I'm saying.
So let me be clear about this. A meeting with China's vice president is not casual. Even if this was pre-planned, it signals Beijing views her as someone politically meaningful.
Okay, you guys, like, hold on. Like, hear me out, right? Like, if like, you know, my husband were in the hospital on a life-threatening condition, even if the CCP was like, or not even just the CCP, like if anyone from China was like, yo, we got to meet up right now, I'd be like, dude, like my husband is in the freaking hospital. What are you talking about? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I have to be there with him. What do you mean she like leaves 3 days later to go talk to the fucking CCP? Like, what do you mean? This is, dude, this is so okay. You want to know what's so fucking annoying, chat? Like, honestly, let me tell you what's so annoying about this. It's so obvious what's happening here, right? It's like they don't even care to hide it anymore. Like, in your freaking face, right? Like just straight up in your face. They're like, we're gonna, we're gonna marry spies. We're gonna spy on your country, and we're gonna conspire against your country from within the government. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like they're not even trying to hide it at this point, right? I'm saying that we have a solution. We've got a solution right here. It's right here. You take this, you like sign this paper, and then you send that to them. That's how you solve it. All right, guys. We can fix this.
Yet she has no current role in the U.S. government. So why is she having these meaningful meetings with top government officials in China? Did she potentially carry messages to the CCP? Did she discuss U.S. policy? Or is she being treated as a back channel to no?
Oh, you want to know another solution? Another solution is that this is treason. It should be treason.
On public information, including her husband's health condition. Now, what I'm about to tell you next is incredibly important for all of you to understand. Like every sitting member of Congress, Senator McConnell has access to highly classified closed-door intelligence briefings on matters impacting U.S. national security. Those briefings can include topics such as military operations involving Iran, as well as classified discussions related to defense appropriations, an area of particular significance given that
I'm serious, like what does treason even mean anymore? Right, guys? If you can get yourself in with, be caught spying as a US as a, whatever you want to call it, like a legal resident or whatever the hell, citizen, and you want to say that, and you're like spying so obviously, what does treason even mean anymore? It means like literally nothing. What is even the point?
McConnell's role as a chair on the Senate Appropriations Committee. Now, if Senator McConnell potentially lacks the mental capacity and independent ability to perform his duties sitting as a U.S. senator,
we should counter interrogate them, guys. What do you think of that? We counter interrogate them. That's what we should do.
Classified information have been accessed, discussed, or even recorded by individuals hypothetically operating his office behind the scenes.
I bet.
More broadly, what safeguards exist to protect classified information when a member of Congress is no longer capable of independently carrying out the office responsibilities? Lastly, what information, if any, did Elaine Chao carry?
No, literally, we do nothing. We just let them go. Like, oh, you were spying? Oh, okay. Like, whatever. Just let them go. Like, what are we doing?
With her to meet with the vice president of the People's Republic of China,
their whole job is to make sure this
on
shit
June
doesn't happen.
17th, 2026, 3 days after her husband, Mitch McConnell, reportedly went into cardiac arrest.
So I'll tell you what this seems like to me. It seems like one of our top senior ranking Republican senators. He was the Senate leader up until 2024, at which point John Thune replaced him. Seems like Mitch McConnell, I don't know, has been married to a CCP spy for God knows how long. Does that seem to be the case, that Mitch McConnell has perhaps been controlled for God knows how long?
Dude, she better not come back. Dude, can you imagine if she comes back and then everything is okay and she just like gets to keep her dude? Like we don't even look into it or anything like that. We just like let her stay here. We're like the dumbest fucking dude. We're like, I'm gonna be real. Like the people of America are great, and like we've got some really good people that are serving in the government. But I'm gonna be real. Like 80% of them are like the biggest dumbasses I've ever seen. Like it's so bad. Like the government is so fucking incompetent, and we just let it be like that. There's like no standards at all.
By the CCP, and the second he has a heart attack, is incapacitated, his CCP wife, handler, ditches the country, goes back to China and starts relaying information. God knows what type of intel she had. Back to her own Chinese handlers, the vice president of the CCP. What in the living hell is going on here? It gets even weirder. Check this out. Anyone else find it odd that Mitch McConnell's daughter, a woman named Porter McConnell, she's not half Chinese, mind you. This is from another wife of his first wife, perhaps. She's all white.
Wait, hold on. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Who is Mitch McConnell's wife? Elaine Chao. How long have Elaine Chao and Mitch? How long have Mitch McConnell? Dude, they've been married for hold on, chat. They've been married for a long time, actually. They've been married for like 33 years. Elaine Chao. Wait, she was a Secretary of Labor. She's from Taiwan. Dude, she's been in the government like for. Dude, chat, she's been in the government like forever, actually. Man. Okay, so, I mean, we don't know if, is this true? Hold on, wait. I'm going to look into this. Is this confirmed to be true? I'm looking into this. Hold on. I just want to make sure that, I want to make sure this is real, Like, I don't know how real this is. Oh my God, dude. Dude, it's confirmed. Hold on. So in mid-June, so this is like right after the thing happened, like with her husband, right? She met with CCP, Institute of Foreign Affairs, but she's not in office. She's a civilian, right? Which is what they were saying in the report. And she met with them to discuss U.S.-China relations. Wait, why can you discuss Chinese-U.S. relations as a civilian with officials from what? And it's like they did this like in the open. Like there's photos and everything, right? Oh my guys, the plot thickens. Chat, the plot thickens. She has long-standing family ties with China through her father, James Chao, and the family shipping company Foremost Group, which she has done significant business with. Her father has connections dating back decades with CCP leaders. So wait, she has private business. Look up her sister. Tell me about her sister. Holy fuck, she died recently. How did she die? She backed up her Tesla into a pond and got stuck. Like actually, that's actually what happened. Interesting. So, okay, this is apparently how she died. I'll tell you, all right? So, allegedly, she was celebrating Lunar New Year at a ranch. She accidentally backed her Tesla into a pond and then fell, and then her car was submerged and she got trapped inside and drowned. It's interesting. Okay, so she served as a director. This is the sister. Served as a director of China State Shipbuilding, which was described as a rare thing for a foreigner to be in charge of. Independent, non-executive director of the Bank of China. Served as a China Council on Promotion of International Trade, the Chinese government promotional body. Why can U.S. citizens be on this shit? Bro, by the way, this is how you make people really racist. You know what I mean, chat? This is how you get people really racist. Is you just keep doing shit like this. You just keep doing shit like this. You keep letting the government like let people get away with it. And that's how you make real racist people. I'm just saying, man, this is ridiculous. Dude, honestly, like when it comes to citizenship and stuff like that, like even through marriage, hot take, like even through marriage, we need to screen people if they have any ties and they won't denounce them and they won't cut ties. Like if they're found doing it in the future, it should be revoked and they should lose their citizenship, even if it's through marriage. If they marry an American citizen and then they're like, well, I'm American and I denounce all of the, I'm only American citizen, and you're caught doing any of this shit, you should be immediately deported. Like immediate, like just immediate this. You just take it out and, you sign the thing and you just immediately deport them. That's what they should do, honestly.
McConnell's daughter, Porter McConnell, appears to be no longer on X.
What's the matter, Leaflit? Something wrong?
Her account is gone. It used to be called @PorterMcConnell, and she historically has used that account to be very active, criticizing her own father and the Republicans, especially during the Kavanaugh Supreme Court hearings. So Mitch McConnell's daughter was a liberal. She didn't like her own father, and she was a Democrat. She didn't like Republicans. Now she has since deleted her own X account after her father had this heart attack and has been hospitalized. It makes you wonder, was she asked to stay quiet while his health is being kept under wraps for her potential inheritance or something like that? Or maybe this is all just some coincidence, just like Elaine Chao, his new wife, his new CCP wife, flying to China while he's still in the hospital.
To be fair, they've been married for a long time. This isn't like a new wife thing. As far as I know, they've been married for over 30 years. It's been pretty long.
Oh
yeah.
My gosh. We have another report here. I think this whole situation surrounding Mitch McConnell just became far more serious. What authority was Elaine Chao acting under when she met with a senior CCP official, the vice president, in fact, while her husband, a sitting U.S. senator, was hospitalized following an extended medical emergency? Elaine Chao hasn't held any U.S. government position since January 7th of 2021, when she resigned as the Secretary of Transportation. She's a private citizen, not in the government. The Logan Act prohibits unauthorized private citizens from conducting correspondence or negotiations with foreign governments rewarding disputes or matters involving the United
States. I just thought of an emote that I need, guys. I thought of an emote. You know what I need? I need to hold up a board that says nothing ever happens and then tap on it. What do you guys think? I need that emote. We need to make that one. We're going to make it after this.
United States. So Mitch McConnell's CCP wife might have violated the Logan Act. I doubt she is really concerned about that, though. She might never even come back to the U.S. She might just stay over there in the CCP. And by the way, China does not extradite to the United States. She might have just ditched the country altogether permanently.
Honestly, she was smart. She wouldn't come back.
If she was acting solely as a private citizen while discussing U.S.-China relations with senior Chinese officials, it raises legitimate questions about whether or not the Logan Act could apply. The State Department should immediately explain whether this meeting was officially sanctioned, what capacity Elaine Chao was serving in, and whether she had authorization to engage in those discussions. She's a private citizen, and somehow she's getting secret private meetings with the vice president of the CCP. Okay, I'm a private citizen. All of you are presumably private. Many of you are private citizens. Could you pick up the phone and get a meeting with the vice president of the CCP? I most certainly could not. Could you? No, I don't think you could. No offense. I don't think any of us are that important.
Here's the thing, guys, is that doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. She shouldn't be doing that. She shouldn't be meeting up with them as an American citizen. She shouldn't be doing that.
She could, though. Huh. Raises some very curious questions.
About the
President
future
Trump
of
himself
relations? Like, what the fuck?
Has previously criticized Elaine Chao over her family's business ties in China. Yeah, President Trump, smart guy. Regardless of politics, the American people deserve transparency about the purpose of this meeting. These questions are even more important because there are still serious unanswered questions about Senator McConnell's condition. Yeah, we don't even know if he's alive. Once again, we still do not know the status of a sitting U.S. senator while his wife has meetings with the CCP. Finally, no one has even confirmed whether or not Elaine Chao has even returned to the United States. We don't even know where she is right now. It gets even crazier. Republican Senator Mitch McConnell from Kentucky, the lone vote, perhaps stopping the Save America Act from passing, has not been seen alive in 3 weeks. Just 3 days after Senator McConnell was discovered unconscious and hospitalized, his Chinese wife flew to Beijing for meetings with senior CCP leadership. That is so crazy,
man. That is so
She's getting her orders from her handlers there, or what to do next, which documents to burn, and what new game plan she should be playing. Senator McConnell's wife is, oh my gosh, check this out. Senator McConnell's wife is the daughter of Chinese billionaires who own the biggest shipping and trade company in Taiwan. It's definitely suspicious that she got on a plane and left the country after her husband was found unconscious and needed life-saving maneuvers. Over the past year, the 84-year-old Senator McConnell hasn't been able to walk by himself, hasn't been able to speak at all, hasn't been able to run his own committee without staffers instructing him. It's like a weekend at Bernie's. He might as well be a sock puppet at this point. This is insane. It's been weeks since anyone has even seen him, let alone confirm if he's alive. Yet it's his vote in the Senate that is stopping President Trump's Save America Act. I really don't take any pleasure in, I don't know, like making fun of old people or critiquing old people that are having health issues. That's not what this is about. That's gross. That's not the angle here.
Okay, so I think in a typical case, I totally agree with him. But we're talking about our country, and we're talking about trying to solve problems in our country and having these people in our government. Like, I think that's a completely different thing. I think it's a completely different level of scrutiny, a completely different, like, what's the word? Rules of engagement.
There is something very sinister going on. There is something twisted going on here. He's being propped up. He's being manipulated. He might not even be alive. He's got his CCP handler wife. God knows what sort of sinister staffers have infiltrated his team on Capitol Hill, accessing classified sensitive intelligence. It's getting leaked back to China. God knows what is going on here. This is a serious problem. Yeah, I want President Trump, I want the State Department to chime in on this because this is a very concerning matter. We got to get to the bottom of this if we truly want to put America first.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with him, but I really do feel like nothing ever happens. Like that this sort of thing keeps happening. They keep doing this stuff and then nobody ever is held to account for it. But I hope maybe this time that they will be. I mean, that would be kind of good if that happened. Anyway, peace out, YouTube.